Alright, this is my review for S&P 500. I had two trades today. First one was at my previously mentioned resistance of 236.70. Took some puts in here, held through this chop, ended up closing for about a 30% gain. As you can see, put in a 5-minute inverted hammer candle, ended up being red. A break below was my trigger. Closed out once I noticed some buyers below VWAP. Looked like they were going to push it higher. Noticed a higher low versus the opening range, and this dip here told me there was probably going to be some buying pressure at some point coming. Didn't think it was going to be this strong, but as it turns out, price action did reclaim the 50-day simple moving average here. Took a little bit of a small position there on a breakout type of trade. Stop loss was very tight. I did not want to give up anything that I had gained on this previous move, and rode it up as far as I could. Ended up being a false flag breakout up here and rolled back down into the into the 50-day simple moving average on the close. Now going forward, a couple things worth mentioning here. First of all, this is the 30-minute time frame for the S&P 500. I do this because a couple of things that really stand out on this time frame right now. Not so much the other ones, but the 30-minute is really working for me at this point. First of all, we now have two very noticeable topping candles, inverted hammer, and it could potentially lead to somewhat of a downward move. Now I'm going to go ahead, I want to see this on both sides, so move that one. Alright, what I'm going to do here is put in a bit of a channel. It's going to be a wide range of a channel, but we have a very significant point right here. This is an indecision candle after a very strong move and huge closing volume yesterday. Now today, Friday, opened up indecision, no follow through. Volume didn't really confirm that participants were in the trade there, and came up, and now we put in a second lower high in relation to the initiation of the sell-off. This leads me to believe that we will likely test the bottom of this range. I don't know why this is on twice, but this leads me to believe we will likely test the bottom of this range at some point. Who knows how fast. Now tomorrow being Friday, and a lot of things that are in the news, some uncertainties, is going to create a lot of fear in the market and could likely push lower. Could just as likely be nothing, and it could go up. But with all of that in mind and what I'm going to be looking for, I am going to be looking for some bearish types of entries here. An intermediate trend here has established on the daily time frame, and I will want to see price action actually move below there to signal that there is going to be any kind of movement down. So I will be puts below 236.45 with a stop just above basically that 50-day simple moving average. It looks a little far away, but that's really only about 25 cents. I go down here to a smaller time frame that's a little bit easier to see. That's going to be my opening range. My opening trade of the day. If it triggers me in, my profit target will be around 230. I'm going to try and hold as long as I can, but I'm going to be looking for a move down to around 232 because it is Friday, and there's probably going to be a lot of uncertainty going into the weekend. There could be buyers that step in around 236 or this 235.5 area, in which case I'll close it out for whatever profit that I may have. That will be my plan going forward. As of right now, the intermediate term trend of S&P looks like it is going down and may trend sideways on a daily basis once it comes down to this around 232 area. Worth mentioning, there were some block trades come through at 235.85, some late print dark pools of about a total of about 4 million, maybe 5 million shares, I believe. So that level could be of some importance. However, it's not nearly as large as the dark pools that were up at 240.20, 238.5, and 237.5. So keep those in mind going forward, and we'll see what happens tomorrow.